Okay, I think I got this to work. I don't know. I'm gonna see in a moment. Yeah, I know it's been a while since everyone's seen me. Also, my camera quality is crap because I'm using a computer. Because I don't have an actual, well, anything. Oh, maybe. Gotta go to my channel and send it out because oh, yep, there's my face. And I did crop out the bottom. Awesome. Give me a second to send this out, and then we can start making. Send it to the Discord first. Maybe. There we go. Send it to some TikTok. And then send it to the Instagram, even though I don't think I've ever pulled anyone from Instagram. But that's okay. I'm just glad to be here. Alright. Yes, this is how I do my little screenshots from Instagram, which no matter what the platform is, you can easily find me. It's just the name I use. Because I like that name. Came up with it when I was a child. I think I was 9 years old when I came up with it. And it's just stuck with me ever since. I mean, to be fair, I still really love Minecraft, so there's no doubt that I'm going to stick with it. Alright. Put that there. Add in the link. That is not the link. Oh, there it is. The answer is no. Put that on the story, and then pop back on to YouTube so I can see any comments. I will warn my brothers are up, and my dog. However, I told them that they need to not be in it because I don't want to get yelled at by my mother. More than I already do. Alright. Got it up. This is in fact how I read comments. That's why anyone who's watching on Twitch right now, that's why if you do comment, I might not see it. I literally watch via my phone. And I stick with YouTube because that's where I actually do get comments. Alright, let's see. I guess while I wait for people to join, the oven's already on. It's preheated. I'm gonna grab the pans from over here. I'm only gonna set one up at the moment because I really don't want to start baking till people actually get here. So I got 12 tin muffin, or muffin cupcake tin, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I have already washed my hands. If you ever bake or anything, wash your hands. Doesn't matter. Always wash them. You touch something else, wash it. However, it is looking like these blueberry muffins are only going to be for me, so if I give myself E. coli or Shigarella or anything like that, it's worth it for muffins. Especially if they're just my own. However, if it was my family eating them. However, both my brothers have admitted that they don't want any. Because one doesn't like blueberries, and I don't know what the other one's reason is. But that's okay. More for me. I will say the most annoying part about lining a pan is that none of them want to stay down. Like, I keep pushing them into it, and they keep popping back up. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright. hoping all I need is 12. I've got some extra tins over there, just in case. I'm gonna set those over there and move this over to here. I know I'm on screen, but like I'm right next to my computer. Hi! We're baking currently. Alright. So I am using my cookbook from the, I almost said 90s, but that 9 is the wrong way. It would be 60s actually. I got it from my grandma, and she got it from her mom, who gave it to her when she got married. So now it is mine. And I love it. So I have the recipe right there, ready. I've got chat ready and everything. So let's get to it. Now if you like baking or anything, I'm pretty sure I grabbed this wrong bowl, but that's okay. No, it's not. I'm no longer confident in this bowl. I'm going to grab a different one real quick. I always prefer having a bowl that's bigger, just in case, because you never know if, you know, the ingredients will make more, or, you know, if it'll overflow on accident. Oh, there we go. I also forgot to grab my sifter. Alright. Maybe. My bowls are stuck. Oh, there's too many. I feel bad that I'm currently on the floor for this stream, but it's better to get the right bowl. And I should have realized it was the wrong bowl before I started this stream. Alright. Grab the bowl, put the other ones back. Bowl. I should have known there was things that I was forgetting. Of course I got the sifter. Sifting flour is always good. Never mind. Oh, there it is. At least I know it's clean. Had everything else ready. From the 60s thing. I wonder how they'll come out. Honestly, everything I've made from this book so far has come out amazing. I don't remember. Ooh, 3 people. Hi, 3 people. Yeah, so it takes 20-25 minutes for them to bake. But of course, we gotta make them first. Which I'm going to start on because I know I'm taking a lot of time. I did also forget the fork. Dang it. I like using a fork to beat my eggs. Because I don't know, I just think it's fun. But, yeah, we'll not only be able to bake them, but we will also be able to try them. I mean, unfortunately, you guys can't, but if you follow along at home, you could. I don't think anyone was prepared for this. I originally was planning to do this tomorrow. However, I was told some things and realized that I can't do it tomorrow. So, I'm doing it tonight. So first we're going to start out with 1 egg. I like to spin mine. It's a little, I guess you'd call it ritual? I don't know. Just makes me feel a bit luckier. Crack that bad boy in there. Be careful not to get any shell in it. Which, lucky me, my egg broke. I have the trash bag behind me. I just wanted you to know that I wasn't throwing it on the floor. I'll have to use this sometime soon. Honestly, I highly recommend it. And of course, with muffins, you can do whatever you want with them. I love any form of fruit variations of muffins because I love fruit. But, you could do nuts, chocolate, butterscotch. You could even throw in cinnamon. Make cinnamon muffins, which is really good. And I will show you some tricks because I know a lot of people think that, you know, baking is just a certain way, which, understandable. Like when you make cookies, you stir the dough until, you know, it's nice and thick. But with muffins, you don't stir. You fold. And that's what makes the muffins so light and fluffy. Which, you know, if you bake and cook a lot, you probably know. But some people don't. And that's okay. You know? I think it doesn't matter if you know everything about cooking and baking. I think it's more so how it makes you feel. Like, I love doing it. It makes me feel happy. And, of course, oh, my fork fell in. That's awesome. And, of course, things like that happen. But, you know, I also love learning new things. Like, one of my friends, he actually sent me a recipe that is his mother's. And it was for gumbo. Which didn't just make me excited. I was so happy to make it. And I was so proud of how it turned out because I was scared I'd mess it up. And of course I had my family going and getting on to me. Like, oh, that's not right. Might as well just throw it away now. I didn't. Because I don't like listening to them. Because they like to lie. A lot. It's not fun. It's not fun. However, I made it. It turned out amazing. And I don't regret it. I'm still waiting for that jambalaya recipe as well. Because I love jambalaya. Alright, so for milk, it is half a cup. I'm just saying this now. I cannot wait for the day that I move and get my own utensils. Because why is this all drawn on with a marker? And why can't I see? So if that's 2, that'd be 1.5. Okay. Or that would be, yeah, 1.5 and 1 half. So I got half a cup milk. I'm gonna pour that in. And then I'm gonna need, oh, maybe if my fork doesn't fall again. Should grab a paper towel or something. Okay, never mind. I guess I gotta grab a paper towel, which is behind you guys. Congrats! You're now part of this. Thank you for handing this to me. Alright, set that down. And then, because the oil is not opened yet, gonna need 1/4 of this. So, be extra careful with it. Okay. Got 1/4 of it. You can't really see it because it is clear and it is oil. Now it says salad oil, but vegetable oil, canola oil, specifically vegetable oil is better. Unfortunately, I do not have any. Oh, that made the... Oh no. You guys are always free to keep talking to me and whatnot. I love it, actually. I'm gonna mix this all in. I'm kind of sad that I can't really angle the camera to show you guys, like, how it looks. But it looks... sort of like bread that is rising. Like when you're making bread and you get the yeast and everything to start rising. It's all bubbly and... Alright. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to add in the sugar first, because it doesn't tell me which one to add first or second, you know. And also feel free to ask questions. I love answering food questions. Might not be able to answer all of them, but it doesn't change that I like answering them. I like to do as much as I can. Which I'm pretty sure is 1.5. Alright. So, I'm doing a sweet muffin recipe instead of a normal one because I like sweet. Maybe a little too much, but I'm not dead yet, so I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of sugar, which I see a clump in there. I'm gonna try and put that out. I also forgot to grab my knife, but I'll grab that in a moment. So 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to sprinkle it over top so that it doesn't clump like it already did apparently, but that's okay. Alright, there's a 1/2 cup of sugar. And of course, the best thing to do when you're baking is to wash things as you go. So once I put those in, you might see me go back to the sink to wash what dishes I've used. Because you don't want to mess with the kitchen. I mean, I live in a household of, 6, so it's going to be messy no matter what. That's why there's still some dishes out, but Oh, that's not a good knife. Why are none of them flat backs? That's so stupid. Alright, so I highly recommend getting butter knives that have flat backs. I know. I've never had lemon and sugar, but I do also like just eating lemon as is. I'm a very fruit person. I'm both fruity and I love fruit. Which explains a lot. Alright, gonna set that there. It was baking powder that I needed. A teaspoon of baking powder. I know you guys couldn't hear it, but it made a god-awful sound. Now, my baking powder has a little top on it so that it actually scrapes off of the tablespoon, which is awesome. And because I am the way I am, salt is also behind you guys because, Also, if you guys ever need help with your salt clumping up in, like, the salt shakers, put some rice in it. Rice helps absorb any form of water and keeps your salt nice and fresh. Looks like a... sort of like a beach with, seashells. There we go. So you're going to want to do 1/2 teaspoon of that. And unfortunately, because I am how I am, I did not measure that. However, I know that it's perfect. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna pretend that that wasn't a human. And then for the flour, I'm gonna do 1/2, which I have weird cups. And by me, I mean my mom. She has weird cups. This one is a 1/2 cup. She's got a 2 cups, you know. It's actually pretty cool. She even has a pinch and a dash. Which is funny, because she doesn't use them. She taught me to measure with my heart. So, I do. Now, you don't want to get it all packed down, but you do want to sort of break it up and then brush any excess flour off so that you don't, you know, use too much. And then, this is where the sifter comes in. Alright. My day? My day was actually pretty good. I didn't really do much, but you know, I'm making these lovely, lovely. Sometimes you have accidents like that. It's okay. You just gotta clean it up after. But you know, I'm over here making muffins, which is always a good sign. How about you? How was your day? I'll clean that up when I get to it. And there goes the knife. Well, at least it's starting to turn out like batter, which is good. Oop. Oh, no, the house is definitely haunted. We, have a ghost. We don't know who it is. But, the reason we have those lights right there is because the ghost broke the other ones. Like, literally, in the middle of the night, just fell. We hear footsteps in the hallway, and it's never either of the kids. I can actually turn this to the side so that it's easier for me to mix this. But, yeah. I'm a very ghost-loving person, so I think it's pretty cool, but some people don't. I know what you guys might be thinking, like, oh, why aren't you using a mixer? Because I don't really like using mixers, they're loud. At least it would, block out the sound of my brothers. Can one of you two take the dog out, please? Yeah, I'm staring at you. My dog's over there. Then put him night-night. Alright, this is clumping up, so I'm going to use the fork. Normally I'm a lot better at this, but it's also been a while since I've made muffins. There is a bunch of clumps, and I don't like that. So, I'm gonna clean the spatula off. and do it like I do eggs. Because not only is it folding, but I should be breaking this stuff up and mixing it properly. You know, this made a lot less batter than what I thought, and I'm realizing now you guys can't even see it. But it is right there, and it's not a lot. So that tiny bowl would have been good. Not to mention you guys would have been able to see. Someone behind you? Ah, darn. Ghost again. Yep, there we go. So when you fold the muffins, it's going to make them, you know, a bit airy and give that bounce. Gonna make them light and fluffy, which is... anyone who doesn't like light and fluffy is lying. Especially when it comes to muffins. You're gonna tell me that you'd like them not heavy and hard, like... I don't like muffins that are gonna break my teeth. Or that aren't, you know, moist. They're dry. So it's always better to fold. I'm a cooking buddy. Take this off. Now he wears it. This is our cooking buddy now. I don't think my brother's named him yet. But that's okay. He is a T-Rex, which T-Rexes are awesome. Though I prefer Carnotauruses. They're my favorite. There's your fun fact of the day. Alright. Okay. And our cooking buddy left us. That is okay. Alright, now that I've got that properly mixed with the fork, I'm going to go back to the spatula. Okay. Yep, fold. So this right here, that's called riveting. Riveting. I don't know how muffin top is going to come out for muffins. Best. Ooh, I've never had muffin tops. The tops of the muffins are the best, so I don't blame you. But, this right here, where it's falling, if someone ever asks you how it's ribboning, this is what they're asking. So it's ribboning in clumps at the moment. I'll do that so you can see. So that batter that's falling from the spatula, that's ribboning. 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 Alright, it's going to be called ribboning now. Because apparently I can't say ribboning with two B's. But that right there, that's still chunky. Some things you want them to be, if you want them to be thicker, you definitely want to go and have it where it just falls. So, I'm trying to think of something. Macaroons. Go lay down. No, you're not coming into my kitchen. Not happening. Last dog that came into my kitchen stole my butter. We're not doing that. I'm not losing butter. I don't have butter out, but you're not taking anything. Oh, his name is Rexy. Okay. Here you go, Rexy. Oh, no. That also didn't work. His name is Rexy. He's our cookie buddy now. But macaroons. No. Yes, macaroons. I get them confused with macarons because, I mean, they're both closely spelled the same, just a little different. take good care. I know that says care, but you want it to fall completely. So, like that, but thicker. And you want it to sort of layer over itself. Like if you were to drop a ribbon down. It would stay in that one clump, but it would fold in on itself. I'm glad. I hope you're having fun drawing. But with muffins, I think it was muffins you don't want it to ribbon. As I said, it's been a while since I've made them, and this book is not batter should be lumpy. So muffin. Oh. Alright. And now that we have the batter, we got the fresh blueberries. Because who doesn't love blueberries? I know I have one friend who does not like fruit that's been baked, so it's a shame that she would not like this. Well, it's more so she doesn't like warm fruit. But that's okay. Alright. Now, since I got these, I do like to double check, make sure that there's no stems, because sometimes blueberries still have stems. But you are going to want to put a cup in. I'm not going to listen to that, though, because I love blueberries, and if I get a mouthful of fresh, warm blueberries, I would say it's a good day. Alright. So, I'm gonna continue to search these blueberries and read comments. I mean, I'm okay that there's only one person. That's pretty fun. I'm going to assume that one did not have a stem in it. So, that one was broken. Oop, there's one with a stem on it. Oh, that one was sweet, though. Broken but sweet. Oh, I lost some blueberries. Keegan, no. You do realize what I'm doing right now, right?
Yeah, you're streaming. I know absolutely what you're doing. But if I don't restart the internet, then I'm not going to be able to freaking play at all. It is when I unplug the internet. I'm trying. I will.
But my great-grandpa had this huge plot of land. And I'm talking huge, huge. That's a large blueberry. Like, oh, my blueberry! 5-second rule. Also, the floor is clean, so. Yes, I did almost fall, but that's worth it for a blueberry. I'm gonna wash it off just to be safe. Extra safe. I'm not a fan of other foods being baked, but blueberries are definitely an exception. I know. Blueberries are perfect. But, on his little, giant land, he grew pears, apples, grapes, blueberries, and I, being the fruit-loving child I was, would steal every single fruit. And I'm not talking about, like, I stole all of them, but, like, I would go to each tree, pick the apples, pick the pears, and pick any grapes I could find, or blueberries, and I would just sit there and eat them. Of course, it wasn't like he cared. He didn't care. In fact, he loved when I would come back in with grapes or something for him. Oop. I'm dropping more blueberries. I'm becoming devastated. Alright, I'm going to pick those ones up. Wash them. Was it just one? Oh, no, it was two. It was just covered by darkness. Always make sure that you wash your fruit and drop it. As said, these are most likely only for me. So I don't care. However, if you have guests or anything, you're definitely not going to want to do that. Because you also got to respect the guests. How would they feel if they found out that you dropped something on the floor? And although you washed it, it was still on the floor. I also refuse to waste any of my blueberries because blueberry. That didn't stick, but blueberry. Oh, these are going to be some very blueberry-rich muffins. That's okay. Alright. Now that I've got those stirred in, I'm going to grab my muffin tin and start dishing them in. I'm also going to make sure that my oven is still on because it took me a while. Okay, yeah, it's still at 400. Hi, can I help you? Can I help you? Ah, screw it. Who wants to see the dog? Right here. Turn around. Sit. Here's my dog, Smokey. He is a baby. Okay, now out of my kitchen. Out. I know they're pretty blueberries. I love them. Go lay down. He is a big baby. He is a pit bull. He is 2 years old. And yes, I did just pick him up like he was a baby. I'm going to wash my hands. Because you know what I did? I touched the dog. And that requires me to wash my hands before I bake again. Nice warm water, some soap. Dry them off with a towel. Get under those fingernails because, let's face it, they do get dirty too. Nice dry hands. And I know what I forgot. So we're going to use the half cup for this one. That is the dog that you guys have all heard cry. Or me talk to. But I love him. He's my baby. He's a whiner, but he's a baby. Also, I'm lactose intolerant. I always suggest getting the correct milk for you. So even if it calls for, whole milk and you're lactose intolerant, you can do lactose-free milk. The lactose in the milk does not change what you cook. The only thing it changes is if you were stuck in the bathroom for 2 to 3 hours. Which I highly suggest doing the milk that doesn't do that to you. And of course, if you have an allergy, there's always a substitute for something. And if not, I question how you are living with said allergies. Alright. So we're going to carefully fill this, but not all the way. You only want to go halfway. You don't want to ever fill it to the top. And you want to be careful to make sure that everything is even. Because if everything in these is even, it's going to bake evenly, which is what you always want. Alright, get that last blueberry out. Alright, so it looks like a fourth of a cup goes into each one. Because I just did half, and this is a half cup. This feels like one of those cooking shows, and I'm living for it. I mean, I would love a cooking show. If this is what gets me more views, I'll do it with no hesitation. I, of course, want to get, like, an apron or something. And I have been apron hunting. I found some that are, like, super funny, and I love that. I love funny aprons. I also just love being funny. But, back watching the stream is making me hungry, and I'm gonna eat some cake. Understandable. I mean, if you don't have muffins, cake is always good. Which, you know. Guys, even though I really want you guys to see what it looks, anything like that, and you have, anything like that, and you have, like, oh, you're making 4, but you have a 12 tin. Do one and, ooh, I might actually get to show you guys, because I still have a lot more batter, and currently, maybe, no more muffin space? Maybe I do have muffin space. Oh, nope. Don't let it fool you by its name. Ooh, scrape the batter off the side, so we can make as many muffins. The batter off the side, so we can make as many muffins. If we can. I'm sure that there's one or two. If we can. I'm sure that there's one or two. I'm sure that there's one or two. Dang it. Go lay down. I love you, but you're a whiner butt. Alright. I wonder... I don't know. I'm gonna give you guys a second. Should I make the muffins into slight hearts? Because that's an easy trick. You just need foil. And you put two things at the bottom. And then one at the top. So that it gives it that heart shape. So it would like fold the bottom like this. And then it would be in the middle. So it would fold the top like that. And get a slight heart. I'm going to give it a second. While I clean as much of this up as I can. No, go lay down. Bed. Ah! I'm losing the notes. Sorry, but the notes gotta go. Only because I already put flour on them. And we will be cleaning this properly as well. I'm not seeing anything about the heart muffins, so we're just gonna go with normal muffins. Which isn't a complaint. Alright. I've got a standing oven, so it's up in the air. But you know, that's pretty cool. Who doesn't like ovens like that? Now comes the fun part. Now, my oven is a conventional oven, meaning that it rotates the air and everything and makes sure that everything is evenly cooked. I don't need to stop halfway through and switch the larger oven muffins to the bottom so that the bottom oven muffins can go to the top and be cooked properly. It will just rotate the air and, cook it perfectly. Alright. Cook time was 25 minutes. So we're going to go with the 25 minutes. When time is at 20 minutes, we're going to go and check it. Alexa, set a 20-minute timer. Much. You can Rexy. Rexy's cool. But, what was I saying? I was trying to find muffin covers or muffin wraps. I don't know what you guys like to call them. I like to call them muffin dresses. I just like Betty Crocker's cookbook, as said, from the 60s. I'm gonna pause while I'm waiting for the muffins. I won't lie. Get some spunk. So I know that this is probably the most boring part is watching me do dishes, but it's either that or never make another cooking stream again. We do got 17 minutes though. That's the good news. So I know I've got a dishwasher and everything, but I think I'm gonna just do these hand wash. Because I'm scared to open that thing up. Did you guys know? What the heck? That was my mascot! Which reminds me, I probably need to update my profile pic soon, because, you know, I got more piercings and tattoos and whatnot, and yeah. Also, I didn't draw that character with the glasses, which is weird, because I have glasses. Dude! Alright, you guys are going to bed at 11. I told you guys you need to stay. Caleb gets to go to bed at 11. I told you guys you can't be in the stream. You better pray Mom doesn't find out, because if I get in trouble, I'm going to be very upset. I mean, it's a stupid reason to get in trouble, but I don't want to risk it. Also, when just like that, dishes are all done. I'm going to dry my hands. Alright, let's see. Put that back. Rexy was kidnapped and I can't get him back. That's the sad part. We do have 12 minutes though, which is the good part. Now, I am someone who likes to wear a lot of rings, so if you have accessories like rings, bracelets, whatnot, if they dangle, 100% take them off. If they're rings, take them off. Normally, I take off my candy bracelets when I cook and bake, but I just genuinely did not feel like it. But I did take off my rings. So then I got put them back on, because, I mean, I'm done baking, I've washed the dishes. Everything is cute. Ooh, we got 3 people. Yeah, as said, 11 minutes now. 11 minutes is good. I kind of wish I had, like, I gotta check my stream now. I just got the stream report, which is never fun. Okay. So it looks like the stream report is faulty because I'm still streaming. Okay, I'm back. I realized we needed a place to put the muffins. Also, I grabbed sprinkles. I got sprinkles when I went shopping one day because he had stars in him, and they're so pretty. Hold on. I mean, I know the camera quality is crap, but like you see the stars and all that. I really like them, so I got them. It was at a discount store, but you know. So with my school, I could just walk down the road. Literally walk, which is what I did because I did not like the bus. Because they're bad. But bed. Now. Per week, she said, make something for 5 days. Make something every day that you are there. And so when I did, it's like, okay, no big deal. Not that hard. I chose blueberry muffins, macaroons. No, macaroons. The French one. Not the one that's mostly egg white. And something else, or some other stuff that I don't remember. I just remember the blueberry muffins and those ones because macaroons sort of failed me. I didn't do them correctly, and so they messed up a bit. They were still good. And if you have a nut allergy, you cannot eat them. I'm telling you that now. It is made with almond flour. Almond. So if it's just peanuts, and you're okay with tree nuts, okay. But if it's tree nuts, so I'm gonna have to leave them there and let them finish cooking. I will check them with a toothpick. I'm gonna make sure that it's still at 400 just to be safe. Just so that I can have them there before them. Okay. Alright. We have perfect muffins. Set them on top of it. And my thumb just went in one of them. Set them on top of it. And my thumb just went in one of them. So now the table's protected. Just gonna pick it up, put it on. You just got here in time. We just finished baking. So now we're putting them up. Sure. State of constant denial. State of constant denial. I don't have very many people on there. Give the computer. I know they look really good. I am happy about them. And of course, to make sure that they stay. Oop. Okay, maybe there are too many for this, but you know. Okay, you can see that the steam is rising, so I'm going to take that off. Should keep them warm for a while, but also sort of don't want that. Alright. Now comes the real fun. I am going to go hand these two to my brothers. And then I'm going to test one myself. Here we go. Plain muffin. It is still hot. And blueberry muffin. It is still hot. You know, they could at least say thank you. Or, oh my gosh, a muffin. I'm too used to being ignored. Alright, so I'm going to go for this muffin because it is the closest to me. It's a little hot. How long have I been streaming? Alright, almost an hour. So this may just be an hour stream, but that's okay. But yeah, here's the inside. There's a lot of blueberries because I put a lot of blueberries in there. I don't care that it said 1 cup. I like blueberries. And when you say blueberry muffin, I better get a blueberry in every bite. It is nice. It's moist. It's warm. Which is why I'm burning my mouth for it. But that's okay. It's sweet. And it's not like too much sweetness. It's like the correct amount for a muffin. And the blueberries, perfect. If you absolutely love cooking,